Hey everybody, welcome to Oregon. Cabin Time Oregon coming right back at you. And guess what? We're going to do a night shoot. So stay with me. That's coming up next. Here we go. Well, up here tonight I've been working on my door. Probably 5 o'clock. Starting to get dark. I got lights though, by God. Let me give you a close-up of what I'm doing over there on that door jamb. Okay, there is the new lock. I had to cut out a little bit on this little 1x1. This door does not seal as tight as I'd like it. I may have to play with that a little more. I got it close. But anyway, wind blocker, that's all it is. I need to put one across the top up here. I got a pretty good gap up there. I get my fingers in it, and then it gets smaller. As like someone, well, maybe not. That's a pretty even gap. I don't know who the clodhopper was that built this place, but some of the measurements are just horrible. From what I heard, he built it from scratch, so he built it cockeyed from scratch, I think. Kind of like an old-time cabin. Gotta love people like that, don't you? Just love them. Okay, enough of my bragging. Okay, my next bargain of the day. I went down to the Restore in Forest Grove, picked me up a window here for $3. Can you believe that? A $3 window. It's wood frame, 2 panes, and the good news is the glass is not broke. This is actually a pretty good sized window. It must be, I'd say 3 feet by 2.5 if I was guessing. Well, why am I guessing? Look at here. Got a tape measure. If I could use this one-handed, but let's try. So yeah, there it is. 2 foot 4 inches. And we're right at 3 foot. Bingo. On the money, honey. Honey, one-y, whatever. So 3 foot. Nice. Nice. So I am going to incorporate that into my cabin. It may not be that window that goes in the north wall. I may just leave that now. I don't know. Now I'm confused because this window showed up. For $3 I couldn't pass it up, so there it is, folks. You will be seeing that in the wall of the cabin very near future. And there's Blue. Hey buddy. Hi bud. Pretty boy Blue, pretty boy Blue. What we gonna do with the pretty boy Blue? Hey pup. Yeah, it's after work. Probably close to 5 o'clock. We're up here at the cabin dinking around. I built a fire. He's coming in to see who in the heck I'm talking to. Blue, we're talking to all the YouTubers, bud. Okay, like that, he's a goner. I bought that bag of lag bolts at the Restore. How can I pay for that? $6. $6 for this variety bag of lag bolts that I'm going to put into my cabin. I thought, you know what? I need some of that. So anyway, there they are. This guy here I picked up. I think it was $1 bill I paid for that. It goes in my saw. I figured if I need to cut my tin on the ends to level things up, I can use that. Not a bad deal. Next good deal was this $2 container of galvanized nails. Love galvanized nails. They don't like water and they don't rust very easily. So for $2, I thought, hey, what a bargain. We'll buy those. Restore. Next, this guy. This is a dryer vent elbow. But you know what? I've been cheating and using these on my shop. I paint them black, stick them on there. I get 1 to 2 years out of them. Guess how much I paid for this little puppy? Yep, $1. These are getting awful expensive, and you buy them brand new nowadays. So I thought, hey, for $1, I don't care if it lasts me 1 or 2 years. I'll throw it away, go buy another one. Maybe I'll buy the real deal next time. Unless I find another one of these fellas, and then I'll buy him. Right? You just gotta love some of the wheels and deals and things you gotta do, right? I did buy a brand new case of caulking for the cabin. I need to do some caulking on the roof from my bad cutting. Well, let's not say bad cutting. Some of my cutting needs a little bit of goop and to fill in some of the cracks. I don't want this place to fill up with bees in the summertime. That would be a horrible, horrible thing. I like bees, but I like them outside where they belong, right? Not in the cabin. So there's my fire. She's cranking. Nice and warm in here. Let me zoom around here. Let me catch that lantern again. Boy, it's still barely burning. The first time I've lit it since I bought it. Oh, we're going to zoom around here. I'm going to show you old Blue Dog if you don't mind, Blue. There he is. And leash off, by the way. When he's inside the cabin, normally I take the leash off. Sometimes I just leave the leash on. He walks around, piddle farts around with the leash on. Like I say, it's only like a 4-footer. It's short. He doesn't seem to mind it, but sometimes I just want him to be free. If I turn him free outside, he wants to run off on me. And when I say run off, he's over at the neighbors barking at their dog. He's out in the road. That's not good. I don't want him getting run over. That'd be a horrible, horrible thing. So I try and keep the leash on him just to keep him around. I'm not doing the leash to be mean to the dog. I want to try and keep him alive. So some of you folks out there that love dogs half as much as I do, I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. And I thank you for that, by the way. Thank you very much. And Blue also thanks you. Well, my new lamp that I bought is burning. She seems to work pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. Very happy with my new lamp. I love that green. It is quite beautiful to look at. This last weekend, I actually bought another lamp. You guys ain't gonna believe it. Not very pretty, but it was $7, and it seems to, wick goes up and down. Looks brand new, like it was never ever used. So guess what? Just another in the series of cabin lamps. Just a thing of beauty, isn't it? Nice hot fire inside the old cabin tonight. Oh my. Oh my. And it's raining. Getting good old rain out here in Oregon. It's a rainy night after work, Thursday night. I'm out here at the cabin. I want to crank out an hour. Working on the wall, people. Working on the wall for you. So here goes. Okay. That piece is up. I got a little plug-in to do. I got a little carried away on some of my openings, which is okay. I'll just get on the back side and I'll plywood it up. Throw some screws in it. Once I get this outer face on, you'll never see any of that garbage. That's just how I roll. Cover the garbage up. We want it to look pretty, right? This is Cabin Time Oregon. This is going to be tricky, guys. I am filming inside the cabin, holding the camera in one hand and the light in the other. I just got that small little chunk there I gotta chop out and fit in. And I will put caulking all the way around it. I want to make dang sure I get this sealed. Like I told you earlier, I don't want to fill it up full of bees or anything. And I do plan on putting a big old beam, well, I shouldn't say big old beam, but a pretty good size 4x4 or 4x6 right along that corner wall. I want that pretty hefty, and then I'm probably going to double up my 2x4 here that runs all the way down this door jamb. I may just double that up as well, Whoops, taking the light away, duh. Okay guys, let's get back to work. There's the prettiest puppy dog in the world right there, Blue Dog. Hey pup, you kind of like the heat in here too, don't you, Blue, huh? He likes this nice warm cabin. He's thinking, my goodness, I could sleep up here. I think he could. Okay. So how did you like that video, folks? My first ever nighttime video. Working on the front porch, top wall. I got that pieced in pretty good with a piece of plywood. Had to fire up the generator. I'm not cutting plywood by handsaw. That does not work. I don't know if you ever tried that or not. For me, personally, can't do her. Ain't no way. I'm strong, not that strong. So I fire up the generator, do some measurements. I did some cuts. Some of it was kind of a hit and miss, but we'll get her fixed. We'll plug it up. I'll slap some tar paper on that outside wall. It'll be pretty waterproof until I decide what in that Sam Hill I'm going to do. Am I going to put wood on it or am I going to put tin on it? I don't know. I think time will tell. And you got to watch the channel. Stick to her. Because when you watch my channel, that's how you find out stuff, right? Because sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know until the day of. So with that being said, I'm going to say adios. Glad you guys could make it up to the cabin in Oregon again. It's a beautiful rainy day. Our temperature has been in the 40s. I think the high today on Thursday was 46. Next week they're talking snow maybe down here to the valley floor. We'll see about that. And if it does, guess what? You're going to see it. Because I always film the snow. Rarely do we get snow. So if we get snow, I'm going to film it. Me personally, I don't really care much for snow. It's kind of hard to drive in, hard to get around in. It's a mess. But when it happens, and we just got to learn to deal with it. Just like you folks do where you live, right? And I'm sure you get a whole bunch more than we get. We're pretty lucky that way. So anyway, with the wall being up, I got the stove in here just a cranking, and by golly, it feels pretty dadgum good. So I'm getting closer and closer to that night staying up here, me and old Blue. We're gonna do a cookout, camp out right here inside the cabin. And I'm hoping in the next month or two, because I got November and December, so I get holiday time in November, I get holiday time in December, and I'm sure hoping that we can get a day or two to come up and spend at the cabin. And I will bring you guys along, as always, okay? Because that's how it works. That's how cabin time works. You guys are my guys. I'm your guy. Don't forget that, I'm your guy. So, with that being said, Blue just pumped my leg. He's like, let's go, dude, seriously? So me and Blue are saying adios, and hey, live your life carefully, remember? Because these accident things can happen, and we don't want to see anybody get hurt.